The only thing these onion producers stand to gain from this year's harvest is a hefty debt at the St. Francis Xavier Credit Union in Corozal Town and no money to meet payments. This year, farmers have been unable to market their onions.
Onion production in San Carlos or New River Farmers Co. has a good production this year. Unfortunately, the market is not good. The price is too low. So far, of the 7,000 sacks that is our total production, we haven't sold a single one.
Max Hernandez, his father Lucilo Hernandez, and Cristino Perez are members of the New River Farmers Cooperatives. They and another 25 members are all residents of San Carlos Village, a small community located over 30 miles south of Orange Walk Town. Of the group, 12 cultivated onions this year, and harvest began in March.
El problema centro de esto es
the center of this problem is that the Belize Marketing Board has imported onions knowing that it is time for production in Belize. At the same time Corozal was starting its harvest, Belize Marketing Board imported a big amount of onions that, I dare to say, is still on the market. Chinese businessmen in Belize City and in Orange Walk still have onions from Belize Marketing Board, knowing that we have quality onions and at a good price. They, in this case, do not want to help us.
Farmers invested somewhere around $170,000 in 23 acres of land. Some of these onions were planted in mid-November last year and another crop in early January this year. The vegetable takes approximately 4 months to mature. Hernandez says each year they have coordinated with farmers from the Corozal district to ensure a market for their produce. Their agreement is for Corozal farmers to harvest first, but this year, even these farmers saw significant financial loss.
We are selling at 30 cents per pound. That is what they pay us out there. But we cannot sell at that price because our production costs are very high.
With no available market, farmers have been forced to find a way to store the onion for as long as the crop can last. Over the past weeks, onions can be seen on the verandas of many homes in the village, in makeshift storage houses, and onions have even been tucked in some houses. 2,000 sacks of onions have also been stored in storage houses in shipyard.
El problema de nosotros aquí es que
the problem is that we do not have the adequate facilities to store the onions because in previous years we had no need to store the onions. As we harvested, we sold the product, but this year it has been very bad for us. Every week we are throwing some. We are throwing onions. There is a need to select them because those that are rotten spoil the rest. And if we don't have the market for the rest that have not rotted, if we go past 1 month to 1 month, 15 days, it's a total loss.
Nosotros no podemos mantenerla mucho en...
We can't maintain it too long in storage because it will rot. And now I can guarantee you that the loss up to today is already at 50%.
Approximately 90,000 pounds of onions is consumed weekly throughout the country. Though it may sound like a big number, farmers have still been unable to sell. Cristino Perez says they may now have to settle with whatever they can obtain per sack, which normally sells for around $50 each.
If I sell this onion at $15 per sack, given the expenses I have incurred in fuel, chemical, and all other expenses, plus I owe the bank, I won't have not even for the interest. $15 per sack is at a loss.
You haven't been able to find any market?
For now, no market. We only have a few buyers who get 2 or 3 sacks for $15.
So if you have no other option, you will have to sell everything, if you can, at $15 or less?
Yes, at $15 or less, or it will have to be thrown away.
Do you as a farmer have any hope to make any money from this year's crop?
I feel that if onions got a little scarce, perhaps we would be able to make a little, but if not, all hopes are gone. We have to start all over this year.
I wanted to plead to the government or the marketing board to see how they can help us, so we won't simply lose all the produce.
Though they also plant other vegetables, the loss is tremendous to the men since this was their biggest investment.
It is where we have all our hopes, to pay the rest of the loan and to have a little extra with which to survive. But given the situation, I think we will win nil.
But more than that, Hernandez says that this is a loss for the entire community.
se beneficia toda la comunidad, porque ellos...
The entire community benefits because we give them jobs. We give them jobs so they can win some money. These laws will not only affect us as the producers, but the entire San Carlos community.
Dalila Ical for Love News.